Are you good?
I'm good.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, and
Radio. Welcome everybody. I haven't had a few shows in a few weeks. Unfortunately, I was ill, and I'm finally feeling better. So I'm happy to be back
good to have you
and
back.
doing my show. And tonight, my special guest is Paul Mahos of New Life Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome.
How are you? Good to see you, Christina.
Good to see you.
Yeah, glad you're
It-
healthy and back.
Thank you. Yes, it was a few weeks. It was
Yeah,
a little scary there for a bit.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So you have such a large bio of
Yeah,
things that you have done.
right.
So impressive.
Thank you.
Wait until you listen and hear this man perform and hear all about New Life Crisis and Paul's journey. So let's take it back
Okay.
and start from when you were a kid. When did you find your voice, start singing, and playing the guitar?
Well, I started with my older brother Jerry was the singer, and no one really knew it. And he did a talent show, and I was really young at that time. And he did Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis, and it was just one of the best performances. Probably one of the first performances I'd seen, and it was so electric. And I said, "That's what I want to do. I wanted to be." So it was thanks to my older brother, and I became such a big Elvis fan from that point on. I listened to everything, and him and I started the band together right out of high school, probably, and which turned into New Life Crisis later on. The name of that band was called Friday Night in London, and it was me, our current band member Rob Weber, that started this band, and it was crazy. We were doing all original stuff, but we were the only band I think on Long Island that was doing MIDI stuff like Depeche Mode, Cure, New Order. That was our influence because that was the music of the era and that we were into. I mean, other friends of ours were, into kind of the hair metal stuff, but we were into the new wave, Duran Duran, all that stuff.
All that
Tears
great
for
stuff.
Fears, you name it. And so that was like the original music that we were writing, and that's why we called it Friday Night in London because we wanted to be kind of like this English, more English band than.
And
than
you're
Long
very
Island.
big in London, right?
We've had a hit song in Germany. Europe seemed to be better for us musically than here, but yeah, our song Daylight played all over Europe and was a #1 hit and did very well.
And how many millions of hits have you had on that?
Um, Daylight did very well. It was definitely multi-platinum selling record in Germany by a group called No Angels that did a remake of it, and it was happened to be a huge success and a huge hit, and it was great. It was completely unexpected, and so we were very lucky, and we continue to keep writing and continue to kind of keep getting lucky, here and there. But here we are. We get to play music on Long Island to a great crowd all over the place. Somebody reminded me the other day that we play a lot in the Hamptons, and that's been our hometown right in our backyard. It's one of the best places in the world
Beautiful.
to play, and you just forget that it's in your own backyard.
Where do you play?
We play Oakland's is like our home. We play Union Cantina, all the beach huts out there, Mashuk Beach Hut, and then all the beach huts on the island, and all great, fantastic outdoor venues that are just really breathtaking. And the backdrop is, the Long Island Sound or the ocean, you name it, and you're not getting better views than that anywhere in the world. So we are very lucky.
And your website, because he's booked. New
Yeah.
Life Crisis is booked.
Yeah.
And if people that want, we're going to go through a couple of dates, but usually I put up a post before the show,
Yeah.
and I'm still going to do that
Okay.
for you. So people can go to my website and they'll see that. But what's your website so that people can go check you guys out, go to the venues, and see you live?
Our website is New Life Crisis, and you can find all the pertinent information on that site, as well as Facebook. We do a lot. For some reason, Facebook just seems to be the go-to for music and fans, and it's been a great great avenue for us to really communicate one-on-one with fans. Even in some senses, better than the website, because you're talking to people almost on a daily basis. And things like this are just great because it connects you, right?
It connects, right?
Connection,
Exactly.
builds connection, yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're here, though, I think my daughter's tuning in live from New Jersey,
Yes.
so I want to give my daughter a shout out and say I love you.
What's her
And
name?
Her name is Presley
Oh,
Mahos.
Presley.
And I think her
I
friend
love
Bella might be listening too in Hamptons on the other end. So if they're listening, I just wanted to give them a shout out. Two very, very special little girls. And
I love
maybe
the name
budding
Presley.
musicians. Yeah. I'm a big Elvis fan.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
big Elvis fan. Because
And-
that's what you cover. You sing Prince,
Yep.
Elvis,
Yep.
and tell us about some more music that you do as far as covers.
The cover stuff really ranges from, like you said, Prince, Johnny Cash, Elvis, Beatles. Then we got all the new wave stuff, like we mentioned before, Depeche Mode, New Order, The Cure, Psychedelic Furs, Echo and the Bunnymen. I mean, we go really deep into that stuff. And then the 90s, Sublime, disco, Bee Gees, Barry White, ton of that stuff.
He's got a lot.
I think we cover every genre, and we even hint on some rap stuff, but Sugar Hill Gang, and we do a little bit of White Lines here and there, and we just have fun. And I think what a lot of people may or may not know about us, people that have come to see us for a long time, understand that we don't necessarily we don't write a set list. So a lot of things come off the cuff. So we could be in the middle of Prince, and then we go into James Brown from there. And so sometimes we'll be on a gig and we'll discover things right in that moment as it's going on, almost like the way jazz musicians do, where it's just you're improvising in the moment. So we'll go from one song to the next. So we consider ourselves like one of the original mashup bands, even before the DJs were doing it, because we would just kind of take songs and just mix them up in ways that we didn't even know were possible. But when you're in the moment like that, it just kind of comes organically. So it's something that we've like really grown as musicians to love, and kind of, there's no going back now. There's no way we could ever write a set list. And I think we tried it a couple of times, and it just always fails miserably, because for us, we just feel so stifled.
Yeah, and you're just in that moment.
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean,
said.
yeah, it's so much better for us to be able to just have that freedom. And you'll hear certain things kind of back to back. We just kind of got used to the idea of doing Barry White, who's got this low register, into the Bee Gees in such a high register. And we started doing that just to have fun with it, with the vocalization aspect of it. So you'll hear some things that kind of go together. Like now, like I said, we do Prince, and in that we'll do James Brown, but we mix in so many other things. We'll mix in cameo. What's the word of? Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your love, baby, from dusk to dawn. You don't need experience to turn on day. Just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm not compatible with. I just wanted your extra time to know. Here's what's the word of, yeah. What's the word of, yeah. Get on up, get on up. Stay on the scene, like a sex machine. And you could go on and on and on and on and on and on. Just keep playing, stay in A, baby, and go all night.
That was great. I was
Yeah.
actually going to ask you to perform something. You just went right on.
I did.
True professional. Right there. He knew what to do. There are so many things that I want to talk to you about.
All right.
I couldn't believe, for all you Guiding Light fans out there, tell us a little bit about that, the soap opera. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, that was really, really cool. One of the producers from the show saw us live, and she'd been coming to see us live for a long time. I had no idea she worked for the Guiding Light. She was just a very nice person, Maria Messina, who would come to our gigs and was just really cool and love you guys. So finally she said, you know what, I want to put one of your songs in the show that I'm producing. And I said, great, what's the show? She said Guiding Light, and they used a few of our songs. One of the songs was Breaking, which was featured on a couple of independent films and some independent records. But that was such a great moment for me because it was in one of those montage scenes. And to hear your song in this soap opera that's been on the air forever.
Oh my gosh.
It's not on the air anymore.
Yeah.
It was like as soon as my song went on, it went off the air. So I think I killed a franchise because it was like odd too when I got signed to Tommy Boy Records. Within 8 months that thing went out of business. So basically, don't hire me, don't sign me because your business will.
Oh, stop! No,
I'm kidding.
They were a long run. And,
yeah, they were the longest running soap opera in history. It was something like 40 years, or it was just really incredible. But what an honor to have your song featured in those moments. With those characters that everyone had known to come to love. So it was really pretty wild.
Yeah, when I read that on your bio, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with us
Impressed.
with the producers from Royal Pains. They saw us at a place in the Hamptons, and same type of thing. And as a matter of fact,
Royal Pains TV show.
Royal Pains TV show, that's right. And they said they were actually looking for, believe it or not, a Jane's Addiction cover band to play in the background in this scene. They saw us and thought Jane's Addiction, I guess, I don't know. So, they asked us to be on the show, and I said, hey, listen, I have original music if you'd prefer to use that in the scene. And they were like, all right, great. So we sent them the original music and, used two of our original songs. So instead of now it being a Jane's Addiction segment, it was a New Life Crisis segment. So, yeah. We've been very lucky that way,
Blessed.
And blessed, yeah. I mean, and like my good friend Kevin Wood had to remind me, in our backyard, you're in the Hamptons where all these people, live and work and play. So what a great place, and we've just been really fortunate to, kind of have that as our backyard and, our area that we've just been at for God knows how many years. Just a long time we've been out in the Hamptons, playing all different venues and to 4 people, to 400 people, to 4,000 people.
And speaking of 4 people, you have, with yourself included,
Yeah.
who's in your band?
We have got Rob Weber, who's one of the founding members of New Life Crisis and Friday Night in London. So the odd story with that is Rob and I were in Friday Night in London with my brother. I left the band to go on the road, and Jerry and Rob started New Life Crisis. So I was never in the band with my brother, New Life Crisis. We were in Friday Night in London together, but not New Life Crisis. So I left to go on the road. I did a tour called Elvis a Musical Celebration, and left Rob and my brother Jerry with the band, and they turned it into New Life Crisis and had tremendous success. I came back off the road, and I did my own thing for a long time. And my brother Jerry said, you know what, I'm done. You want to take over the band? And I did. And at that point, Rob still wasn't in the band. Rob had left, years before that. And I came back into the band, and I was the only non-original band member, in the band. Then Rob came back into the band just a few years ago, and it was so great to have like the guy that I started it with back in the band. And because we never really played in New Life Crisis together, as I said, it was our original band, Friday Night in London. So I feel that was like
And
just
Rob's the drummer?
Rob is the guitar player, synth player. He plays. He looks like the Wizard of Oz because he's hitting so many things back there. He's doing sound moves and guitar synth things. So you'll hear a sax, and he's playing the sax on his guitar, or you hear piano, and he's doing that all from his guitar, or he'll do bass. Tremendous, or a piano, keyboards. Tremendous musician. And then we have John Sawicki, who is a great drummer who joined us last year. And he came off the road from the Broadway smash hit Stomp.
Oh,
And
he was in that?
Yep, he was in that. He toured around the world for years and years and years, and we were fortunate enough to grab him when he came off the road, because our longtime drummer Steve had left after, I think, probably about 12 years or something like that. We've had longtime members, and so John is really brand new. And then my other partner in crime is Jeff Allague, who's just a tremendous musician, and it's great. We have a great time. He comes from an amazing stock. His family is just, his whole family are incredible musicians. His brother John is out in Florida, just killing it out there. They built a club around him. That's
Wow.
how good he is. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
And Jeff was with.
Jeff was with Trans-Siberian Orchestra for a long time. He's one of the founding members of that group. He's got platinum records and you name it. He's just got a tremendous history. He played with Joan Jett. He played with Taylor Dane. His resume is great. So it's really a band of
Great talent.
Yeah, and I think we all really respect one another and respect where we've come from, respect what we've done.
You've been together for how long?
Well, I think Jeff has been with. It's hard for me because it feels like yesterday. It feels like I started the band yesterday, and I still feel like I'm a teenager. And I know that that can't be the case because too many birthdays have passed. So. So
27 again.
Yeah, 20. It's got to be something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish, So God, I would say Jeff's probably been with me about 18 years. Is that right?
Wow, 18 years.
Something like that. Could be 15, but it's a long time.
That says a lot.
Yeah. It's a long time. I actually this year we bought the guys in the band some New Life Crisis bracelets. Not quite a gold watch yet, but I felt like the time in, they deserved something. Jeff says, in lieu of a pension, we have a repertoire, So we know just so many songs. It's crazy.
That's an appropriate and meaningful gift, just all the time together.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, where are you guys going to be playing out next?
This weekend, we are doing a fundraiser for Paws in the Park in Hampton Bays. Dave, what's the name of that park that we're doing that at?
Oh, tell me a second.
And I've got my partner in crime here, Dave Latito.
One for the road is Dave Lotito.
Yeah. And he's on the road with us day and night. He's a road dog, I didn't realize what a road dog he was until he, we started working together, and he puts on great events and has a great business. So we've partnered up on some events, and he's also offering, and this is very important, VIP shuttle service to and from the New Life Crisis gigs. So that gives people that want to come see the band but don't want to take the chance in driving the opportunity to come out, have a great time, no guilt, and get there and get home safe.
It's a pickup in one location. You go see the show, and then you get dropped back off.
Yeah, I can let Dave explain it better because I'm not I'm not great at, I have no idea where I am.
We can touch on that later.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
How about now, if you don't mind, can you do some Elvis?
Sure. Yeah.
Elvis or Prince?
Yeah. No, let's do some Elvis.
We'll dedicate this to your beautiful daughter.
They're gonna kill me if I can't remember the name of the park that we're at. Treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel. Oh, you ever love me? Break my faithful heart. Tear it apart. darling, I'll be yours. So lonely, begging on my knees. All I ask is please, please love me. I would beg and steal just to feel your heart beating close to mine. Well, if you ever go, darling, I'll be yours. Oh, so lonely, I'll be sad and blue, crying over you till you love me. Oh, where's Jeff when I need him, baby? I would beg and steal just to feel your heart beating close to mine. Oh, if you ever go, darling, I'll be so lonely, begging on my knees. All I ask is please, please love me. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much, baby. Beautiful. Thank you, baby.
Woo-hoo.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, you're too kind.
Red
Excellent.
Creek Park.
Mm-hmm.
Red Creek Park.
Red Creek Park, yes.
100 Old Riverhead Road, Hampton Bay.
100 Old Riverhead Road, Hampton Bays, coming to you live.
What day? What day?
What day? That's this Saturday.
Saturday
May-
from 1 to 4.
1 to 4. May, what day is it?
It's a Saturday, May 20th.
May 20th. Saturday, May 20th. New Life Crisis Live at Red Creek Park.
And that's for a great cause, right?
Yep, it's for all the little pets out there.
Mm-hmm.
Paws in the park.
They need our help.
What's that?
And that's a
Good.
That's a great
All right.
cause.
It
Sounds
is. It's a
good.
great cause for people
You,
with paws.
now was it recent that you got an award? You got some sort of award.
We got inducted into the Dance Papers Best of the Best Hall of Fame.
And where is that located? What is that?
Dance Papers is basically now it's an institution out east. It's been a paper for a long time, but they've turned themselves into this incredible company, and they host events as well, and they kind of honor all the businesses out there. So it's kind of a big deal to be honored by Dance Papers, because it's really when they say best of the best, and I'm really like excited that they named us along other great artists and stuff like that. But it really is like the best of the best. I mean, restaurants out there, all different kinds of businesses that that excel. So yeah, we were really kind of humbled.
When was that?
That was just this past winter. I don't remember the exact date, but that was just this past winter.
But you get involved with a lot of different events, right?
Yeah,
Charity
yeah.
events
We,
too?
fortunately, again, we have a great clientele, and we've been called to do, fundraisers for all different kinds of amazing charities. Everything from juvenile diabetes, American Cancer Society, the Heart Association, this one, Paws in the Park, just to Boys and Girls Club.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's we really feel honored and blessed that we're asked to do these multi-million-dollar events that are raising millions and millions of dollars for great organizations. So yeah, man, it's it's amazing. And we just kind of, we're just really a band, and we play music and we keep our head down, and we are not even aware sometimes, what a big deal it is, when we're doing these things. And a lot of times when the summer hits, or you work night after night, you kind of just, I want to say, for lack of a better term, but just numb to it all, until you get some downtime and say, wow, that was pretty wild summer or pretty wild winter, and so what do we got? I'm half blind, man.
Oh, Dan's Paper is a full-fledged media company catering to all businesses and institutions from the Hamptons and beyond.
Yeah, see, I couldn't say it that eloquently. But that's exactly what they are.
That's wonderful.
And they have
So
been,
shout out to them.
yeah, they've been so good to us.
They're here on Long Island.
Yep, they're Long Island born and bred, and they're just one of the best Long Island companies to associate with. And
Yeah, they got great events.
yeah. As a matter of fact, I want to give them due props, because we just did a tribute show called Lost Legends 2016, and we honored the music of George Michael, David Bowie, and Prince. And
Beautiful.
they backed the event. They got the sponsors, got the space, the Southampton Arts Center, and without their help, it wouldn't have ever happened, to be honest with you. And it just wound up being such a great event all around. And so I really owe them a debt of gratitude for helping us kind of, because I called them with this wacky idea, hey, I want to, do this big multimedia show honoring Bowie, George Michael, and Prince, because those artists, anybody that knows New Life Crisis knows that we've been playing that music from the beginning. When those songs came out, we were playing them. So that should indicate too how old we are. But we just really, really love that stuff. And I just felt, man, that's in our DNA. It's in our heart and soul. So, who better to honor it than, people that are out there playing it. No slight to Adele. She's a fantastic artist. But man, she didn't nail the George Michael tribute. And I was so disappointed with that, not with her, but just the whole, conception of it, and how it, it just laid flat. She did Fast Love, which is one of my favorite songs, but she did it down tempo. I just thought they had missed it all around. So I was just, then I'm like, and then the Bowie tributes too, and the Prince tributes, they just, and maybe because I'm such a fan, people may say that about us, paying tribute to them as well. Like it's never going to be George Michael. It's never going to be Prince, But
You wanted to do it right.
yeah, and you think about it. We learn songs every single day, and for me to learn a song, I have to really love it and know that like I have to play this song. There's no choice, like I got to learn how to do this. And that's how it was with that material. So, like I said, that stuff is really, really near and dear to our hearts,
Would you mind performing a song that you did at that event?
Oh, goodness gracious me. Sure. Well, Kiss was one of them by Prince. Let me have a sip of water,
A little
man.
sip of water. You're listening to Village Connection Radio. Behind the music with Christina Spano, here tonight with Paul Mahos of New Life Crisis.
Right. And don't forget my good friend Dave Latito in the house. He's
Latito.
keeping me company. My partner in crime.
And what song are you going to perform?
That's all you wanted. Something special, someone sacred in your eyes. For just one moment, to be bold and naked at my side. Sometimes I think that you'll never understand me, but someone tells me together we'd be happy. Whoa, whoa, that's all you want wanted someone special, someone sacred in your eyes for just one moment to be woman naked at your side. This time I think that my lover understand me. If we have faith in each other, say it can be strong. I will be your father figure, put your tiny hand in mine. I will be your preacher, teach anything you have in mind. I will be your father figure. I have had enough of crimes. Why, I'll be the one who loves you till the end of time. A little fun thing for you. Yeah.
Great job. I just love how you just kind of just change your voice just a bit. You know, you can hear, George Michael in there. You can hear when you did Elvis.
Yeah, yeah.
Really nice tone.
Yeah, my
to your
brother and I were
voice.
doing that when we were, since we were kids, and people ask us how we do it, and the truth of the matter is, I have no idea. It's just something that we just did, and we had fun with it, And when we started doing the cover band, it just seemed people really reacted when, you put the persona on, or you put the little bit of the voice on, and you sneer your lip and you put your jacket up, man. And it's the voice, it's the embodiment, it's the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, just unbelievable artists, and each artist that we cover has created their own even subculture, if you will, So listen, we're just a very small part of it. We peddle their music, which I think
And you
we
do
take
a great
lot
job,
of, yeah, thank you, and
obviously.
we take a lot of pride in it,
You go see them at an event and it's packed. And that's, you can hear why.
Yeah. Oh, thank
And
you.
now, not just doing the covers, but you also write your own original music.
Mhm.
And you're going to let us hear a little bit of that. And you know what I think is great is that your daughter, Presley,
Yeah.
that she also has written a song
Yeah.
herself
Yeah.
and did a great job. And that was about, kids being bullied.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that message.
Thank
so,
you.
I have to give props to
Yeah.
your daughter.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
heard the song, it was very good, and I really love the message. So important.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, she had been coming off the school bus daily crying. And I'm pretty open-minded, and I didn't want to buy into the whole bully aspect, because I do think that word and many other words today get thrown around, and and it almost diminishes people that are getting bullied, in the sense, with the cyber attacks and the cyberbullying, no question about it. But I kind of also believe, based on my own background, because I was very shy, I got picked on a lot. But if you look at people throughout history that had really tough upbringings, that come from either battered homes, bad homes.
It molds you. It
Yeah, I
changes
mean,
you.
Oprah Winfrey, great people, great leaders throughout life. So I think we have to take our lumps. I believe that there's a part of that's part of growing up. So to take that away and make everybody so hypersensitive, I think is going to do more harm down the line than good. So for me, it was important to tell my daughter, listen, I don't really know what's going on. We did take a ride to the kid's house because I wanted to talk to the parents and have the kids work it out. And I said, I don't want to get in the middle.
Good idea. That's
Yeah, we drove there so
communication.
the parents and I could communicate, let them know what's going on. And I said, listen, if you guys can't talk nice, then don't talk at all. So we kind of left it there, but it was still persisting, and she's very sensitive, like I was when I was a kid, so I totally got that. But we sat down and we worked on the song, we worked on the lyrics, And what we came up with, thought was really cool, because what I tried to explain to her and what we talked about was, if somebody's bullying you, there might be a reason that they're bullying you, because they might be going through tough times in their own household. They might be getting beat up by an older sibling, a cousin, maybe their parents. You don't know what somebody else is going through.
It's their own insecurities, and they take it out on other people.
Or maybe they're just idiots, we don't know. But everybody's got their own plight. And so part of the lyrics kind of were along the lines of, her saying things like, why you all up in my grill, looking like looks could kill now. I hope you just understand that I'm just trying to be a friend now. And basically saying, listen, I'm not going to get really beat up by your words. I'm just telling you that if you're going to continue being an idiot, you're not going to have friends. So that type of thing. So it was somewhat empowering as well, taking your own power back, because it's very easy, when somebody is bullying you, that you feel like they're trying to take your power. They're trying to make you feel insecure. And if you can say to that person, hey, listen, you're being a jerk, stop it, because you're not going to have friends if you act that way. And, so we got to laugh about it. There's kind of some humor within the lyrics. So it was a really great cathartic thing for both of us to do together. And I learned a lot from doing it as well, because it was a boy that was picking on her. And everybody's instinct is to say, well, he probably likes you, and that's why he's picking on you. Well, I did some reading and I did some research. That's the worst thing you can tell your daughter, because then it teaches her that boys are going to show affection by treating you badly.
Yeah.
And what a terrible. And when I read that, I was like, duh. And it just changed my whole thought process on how to address this problem, with her dealing with boys. And now it's kind of making me say, like, all right, listen, honey, somebody treats you badly, boy, girl, anybody, they treat you badly, you let them know you don't like the way you're being treated, and you tell them. And if they're going to continue that, then you can't associate with them,
See, from a bad thing came a beautiful song, an important message, and you two bonding and
without
discovering.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. I learned probably as much from that situation as she did, because I'm so non-confrontational. I hate fighting. I hate.
Me too.
If you know anything about, who we are, our whole band, we really pride ourselves on being positive, doing nice things, being kind, not being jerks, because you run across a lot of, people in this business that really just aren't very nice. And it just, it used to faze me, and now it doesn't anymore. So, music for us is about happiness, euphoria, peace, love, understanding, all of those corny, great, 60s love messages,
Well, that's important. That's a great message, especially in today.
Yeah.
That's a great message.
Yeah.
For people to go out and to see you. Now,
Yeah.
getting back to your original music that you write.
Right.
When did you start writing?
I started writing as a kid, and I wasn't writing songs. I was just writing,
Experiences.
just pain and the way everybody else writes. It
Yes.
was a great outlet.
Usually comes from pain.
Yeah, it was a great outlet, and I loved it. And like I said, I had no clue that I was writing songs. But my brother Jerry was such a great inspiration for me, because he brought instruments into the house. We had a piano. I didn't come from a musical family, except for my brother Jerry, who taught himself how to play every instrument, started writing songs at a very early age. So I had that influence from him, and very invaluable, for me. I didn't pick up the guitar until I was 21 years old, so I was really late, but I'm self-taught, and it was very, very late in the game.
Self-taught, another one, my gosh.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah, because I got sick of my brother and the bandmates saying, oh, you don't know how to play an instrument, so it's not really the same, you're just the singer. I was like, all right, so 12, 14 hours, 20 hours a day. This thing did not leave my side. I know it may not sound like the way I'm playing, but you know. But no, no, I just, I love it. And it's been such a great tool, and now that's what you tell, hopefully, like the generation coming up, how important it is to be able to articulate yourself. This is just another way to articulate yourself. So if you want to be a singer, I think it's crucial to, you know, get an instrument behind you, you know.
I love that you gave that point. You know, you put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and I was really a late starter. And at 21 years old, you know, by any stretch is very, very late in the game. And I was obsessed with being able to play songs on the guitar. And really it was part of, like, because I wanted to write songs, I wanted to write better songs. And there was just no way to do that without having this, you know. And there's, believe me when I tell you, I'm you know, there's a lot for me to learn. I don't read music, I play everything by ear, you know, so there's a lot for me, you know, to learn. But just being able to, like I said, to, you know, it's a language. It's it really is. It's another way to express yourself, and very, very important. And I've written, you know, a ton of songs. So
now your latest song, which is called?
My latest song is called "We Can Find a Way." Again, very '60s hippie-ish, and you know, all
Would you
about.
do us the pleasure so we can hear that
You know what?
song?
I will, but I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm gonna sing pretty loud on this one.
Okay, that's good.
Watch the headphones and watch the meter, man. All right, hold on. I have to readjust here.
Okay.
We can find a way to that place we dream of. If we just believe, love, we can find a way. We can find a way. Love's the only answer. It's our only chance for us to find a way. Somebody tried to give me something I was not ready to receive, until I put away my ego and just let myself believe nobody ever gave you nothing that you did not already have. Then you couldn't understand, but yet it lies within your grasp. We can find a way. Answer lies within us. If nothing comes between us, we will find a way. We can find a way. Love's the only answer. It's the only chance for us to find a way. Think about tomorrow. No more pain and sorrow. Open up your heart, you'll find a way. Woo. Learn about forgiveness and what that peace can give us. Only love can wash our fears away. We can find a way to that place we dream of. If we just believe, love, we can find a way. We can find a way. Love's the only answer. It's the only chance for us to find a way. We can find a way to that place we dream of. If we just believe, love, we can find a way. Yeah, open up our heart. This can be the start of a new day. We can find a way. Open up your heart, yeah. This can be the start of a new day. We can find a way. Open up your heart, yeah. This can be the start of a new day.
Woo! Beautiful, I love it. Woo! We can find a way.
Wow.
Awesome, that's
Yeah.
a fabulous
Thank
job,
you.
Paul.
Thank you so much.
Now, tell us a little bit of the story of where those lyrics came from. Like, what does that song mean to you? What do you want it to say?
It's it's always for me. I write a lot about the struggle of being in a really shitty situation, struggling, in pain, and struggling to find your way out of that. I know that everybody, here, anybody listening, that's what we go through. It's the human condition. No one's got it great, and I just always have believed, for whatever reason, the power of positive thinking, power of prayer, believing in yourself, when no one else will. We've been to so many, I had so many record company meetings. I'll give you a funny story of how things can work. When I had the song Daylight, I knew it was a hit song. I gave it to all my friends, and, it was just, no one really paid any mind to it. So we got it to the local radio station, WLIR, and they started playing it. It won the 9 o'clock knockout. It was like, kept winning night after night. All our friends were calling in. The radio station was very, very good to us. But I sent it out to all the record companies. Every single record company that I sent it back. Thank you for your inquiry, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Even like I said, my friends who love me and care for me dearly, it just had no meaning to them, at that point. And I wasn't disheartened because I was like, I know this song's a hit. Then other things happened that were just really, really devastating. Fighting with, co-writers and this and that. And it was a really, really dark time. And, here I have this really positive song called Daylight. And there were nights that I would just, go to bed crying, even with the radio station playing the song and winning every single night. So finally, after we won the 9 o'clock knockout 15 nights in a row, they retired as a champion, which means we went into regular rotation. Now, as an unsigned band getting turned down by everybody, that was magic, because every single record company that turned us down were now calling us. Oh, we see you're in regular rotation. So the same song that they turned down that they didn't like was the same song because it was getting 65 spins. Now it was all of a sudden a great song. And,
And
I stuck.
So Daylight.
So my stick-to-itiveness and my persistence and my stubbornness and all those, traits that I have, I was so vindicated because I got to say I knew it, and there was nobody for me to say it to, like, hey, yay me, but getting signed and all that was so great, and it wound up being a real victory. Then that song went on to get recorded by No Angels, and it became a huge European hit, and again, very, very lucky, very blessed. But then, 8 months later, the record company got, I got signed right at the height of the Napster thing and digital downloads. So every record company went out of business. There were 4 record companies standing. Unfortunately, mine wasn't one of them. So I was like, there it was again, like, damn, I got to start all over again. And it was, and I just kind of looked at it like, you just pick yourself back up and, like, dust yourself off and, all right, here we go again.
Regroup.
Yep. And, so that's what this song actually took a really long time to write, We Can Find a Way. Because I'm a huge Beatles fan, as is Jeff. And John Lennon had such a great way of making these profound statements, but in such a simple way. And every time I tried to write this song, it just was so corny, like the way I was, it was like I was trying too hard. And then finally, it just, piece by piece, it just came out. And again, there's these just little phrases, it's not big, it's not profound. And so I think that's why it works. It's a positive song,
Has meaning.
and has meaning. And I struggled writing a really simple pop song, but some of them come easy and some of them don't. But when you're trying to live up to something that John Lennon would do, it's gotta it's got to live up to that standard, you know. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right. I
You
agree,
know?
and you know, I really do appreciate when somebody writes a song and it has an important, positive, uplifting message. You know, that you
Yeah.
listen to it. A lot of songs are,
Yeah.
you know, more about relationships and things like that. And then, you know, you hear a song, you turn on the radio, and just
Yeah.
have something that gives you when you need it right at the right time.
Yeah.
Turn you around, and that
Yeah.
song is one.
You know,
You can find
I
a way.
appreciate you saying that, and that's really nice. And with everything that the country is going through right now,
Yes.
you know, I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or you're a Hillary supporter, people just really have to get out of their own way and remove themselves from their own ego, because it's not doing anybody any good. You know,
It's
this
just
one man.
causing a further divide.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, I've been a fan of Trump, and I'm not afraid to say it. And if anybody hates me for saying that, I'm sorry. I haven't voted in a long time. If anybody wants to hate me for saying that as well, you know, I'm, you know, for me, I'm as honest as I can be, you know, and I am who I am, and I don't want to make apologies for that. But what I look at is, you know, the divisiveness in how people, friends that I watch, who I love, who I respect, you know, getting involved in this, I don't know, it's just kind of a hatred campaign. And it's on both sides. It's not one or the other. It's not Republican or Democrat. It's really everything right now. And it could just be because...
I know exactly what you mean. And you see it on Facebook.
Yeah,
too.
it's, you know, so... and listen, I don't get any passes because I didn't vote. You know, if somebody would have said to me, you know, here's the voting thing, I would have voted for Trump. You know, and that again could upset a lot of people. But
Right.
you can only
live in America. We live in America.
Absolutely.
You have that's part of our right.
Absolutely.
You know, is to
Yeah.
vote for who you want and you
Yeah.
know, for our freedom.
And it doesn't mean we have to
that's
be
your
happy
choice.
about it. You know, we don't have to be happy about it. I mean, you know, I believe in the voice of discontent. That's what art is. You know, but you know, there's a place for it. But you know, we're on a whole new cycle of evolution here, and that is social media. Everybody has a voice now in ways that regular people just didn't. So I could see a lot of things changing in the very, very near future. I could see the whole voting system being changed into more like a social media thing.
Mhm.
It's there is a big popularity contest going out there. Things are really, really kind of crazy right now.
Well, I use social media to be a voice to support live music and
I love that.
musicians like yourself. You know, because there's so many talented people out there. But listen to your story tonight. All the different accomplishments that you have. Everybody in your band. It's just, you know, somebody can go and see you. And actually, if you check out their website on Facebook, if you go to New Life Crisis and check them out, you'll see that Kelly Ripa, her show live, and Michael Strahan, Michael Strahan actually saw them out in New Jersey, and he actually, you know, he heard your voice,
Yeah.
and he spoke about you on the TV because he just loved your voice, loved the music, loved
Yeah.
the band.
Yeah, yeah. That was again another great surprise. We had no idea it was coming. We did an event for Tiffany's Rolls Royce, which was incredible in and of itself, and he happened to be there, and I had no idea he was even paying attention. So it was nice that he was, and I just didn't expect that at all. I wish he remembered the name of the band, but we got to see him last year at Grillhampton, which is a Dance Papers event, and I got to meet him and say hi. And you know, Rosie was very funny. Rose, my fiance, went up to him and said, "Okay, now what's the name of the band?" You know, and he said, "New Life Crisis." She said, "Say it again." And he said, "New Life Crisis." So we're doing Grillhampton again this year. I'm proud to announce, and he's going to be the host again this year. So if luck would have it, maybe we'll get on air with them somehow, or that would be great. You know, I mean, we're just, you know, again, it's you know, we're just a little band struggling to make it, whatever that means. You know, and
Well, you might call yourself a little band, but you have this, like I said, this impressive whole list of different things that you've done in your life, you know, going from having your music on Guiding Light.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it is amazing.
there's not too many little bands here on Long Island that can say that.
Yeah, but you know, the
And
great thing
TV
about it
show.
is, you know, it's amazing how many, you know, we go out and play. We play, you know, several nights a week, and you know, we still love it. But it's amazing how many people come up and say, "This is the first time I've ever seen this band. This band is great," you know, and it's great. You know, it's like we're winning one fan at a time, and I'm fine with doing that. We might be too old to do that, but it's really kind of cool. And I'm like, so for all those things, you know, because there's so much noise out there right now. I think if anything, if I was to say what making it would be for me right now is to rise above the noise, because there's a lot of it out there. So that would, I think, for us, hopefully, would be like the next step, and where we could go out and say, yeah, that band, New Life Crisis. And I'm fine with right now where we're at. I have no delusions whatsoever of grandeur, and we're very proud.
Well, you have a lot of fans here
No,
on Long Island.
we're so lucky, and we
follow
love
you
our
all over.
fans, and we love, you know, we don't even call them fans. It's like friends. Some of these people that have come to see us have been seeing us for 20, 30 years. It's crazy, you know, and I love it. It's great, but we still have more work to do. The word's still got to get out that you know, New Life Crisis is a force to be reckoned with.
See, but for all those fans
Yeah.
and friends, I'm sure that they enjoy, they love your music, they follow you, but everything that you're discussing here, you know, I don't know how many of them, this is an opportunity for them
Right,
to know
exactly.
about you as
Right.
a person.
Good point.
You know,
Yeah,
and
for
to
sure.
hear about your music. Now, you also perform some of your original music when you're out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And now, New Life Crisis. I know that you weren't with the band when it originally started.
Correct.
But do you know like where that name came from?
My brother Pete is he's the middle brother. He's the real rock and roll guy.
Shout out to Pete.
Yeah, shout out to Pete. He had a dream, and he came up with. He said, "I have," and I was actually on the road at the time. He called me first, and he goes, "I got this great name for a band." And I go, "All right, what is it?" And he said, "New Life Crisis." He goes, "I dreamt about it last night." I go,
I
"That
love
is
it.
an amazing name." And I go, "I want that." And but he called Jerry as well, and Jerry's like, "I'm taking that name." I'm like, "All right, you have the band right now." And the band name at the time, our band was Friday Night in London. When I left, they turned the band name into Virginia Dare, and no one knew what the hell Virginia Dare was. Everyone thought it was a female band, but Virginia Dare was the first American born on American soil. And so my brother Jerry is a history buff, but no one else would know that except him. So everyone would come out thinking, "Who's Virginia?"
Where is she?
And I want to dare her. You know, so
That's
yeah. So Jerry said, "You know what? New Life Crisis is a better name than Virginia Dare," and so New Life Crisis was born then. And
And what does the name mean to you?
well, when I started, you know, at this point, I was too young to have a midlife crisis, but you know, obviously it's a play on midlife crisis. But basically that, you know, you can go through this phase in your life where things are going to just turn upside down, and you're going to be forced to change and turn into something else. So you know, kind of you know, like a caterpillar, you know, into a butterfly type of thing. You know, there's a metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not saying anything that any of us haven't gone through, and people listening. Everyone goes through things, and you come to a point in your life where you say, I have to change or die, basically. And so that to me is what it really symbolizes. And you know, again, watching what the country's been going through over the last year, it feels like the country's having a new life crisis, because you do feel like you're on the precipice of things really changing. And I think maybe that's what it might be right now, is everyone's really scared, because we don't know what the future looks like right now.
It is
It's
scary,
really,
especially in North Korea.
yeah, it's almost unrecognizable to things that we thought we knew, you know, relationships that we thought were secure, borders that we thought were secure, and ideals that we thought were secure. All of that's being changed, you know. I mean, really, Trump being president is kind of wacky. No one would have seen that.
No
coming.
one would have.
And I was a big fan of The Apprentice, but I never thought for a second that was going to lead to him being president. You know
what it is that everybody's so desperate for a change.
Absolutely.
You know, you just
Absolutely.
want to change, and you want somebody who's business minded and new ideas. So
Right.
let's hope, you
Yeah.
know, that he does a good job for us. You know, it's
Yeah,
a
because this change could
scary
lead to
time.
another change, could lead to another change, and you know, who knows?
We can find a way.
We can find a way.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you started singing your other song, you started talking about daylight.
Right.
Do you mind? I would love to hear that.
Sure. I get to play a little bit of it.
Original song by Paul Mahos.
I gotta make sure I remember the chords. Now you have to give me a second. I haven't played this with the band in a while. I don't usually play the guitar on this one. You, baby, but never to fall. I wanna show you heaven. I wanna be like you, just as strong as you are. I wanna be daylight in your eyes. I wanna be sunlight on the warmer. I wanna be daylight in your eyes. I wanna stronger. I wanna be daylight. Wanna live forever. Yeah. Wanna touch your hand and explode like a star. Wanna stand beside you. Always be together wherever you are. I wanna be daylight in your eyes. I wanna be sunlight on the former. I wanna be daylight in your eyes. I wanna be love, only stronger. I wanna be high, yes, high. I wanna be sunlight on the former. I wanna be daylight in your eyes. I got another one that I worked on for you today.
All right, I want to hear it.
Make your money on the streets. Make your money on your MTV. You make your money dishing dirt. You make your money in your half-cut shirt. I know it seems a little strange. I know I seem a little weird. I know I seem a little hard. You come and whisper in my ear that you are such a dirty little girl. Dirty little mind. Dirty little makeup. Dirty little looks. Dirty and kind. You are such a dirty little girl. Oh yeah, I love the way you move. You lay it down and funk and into your groove. You see you making out with friends. You have to make them making love. streets. You're not stretching very far from who you are, a star. You are such a dirty little girl. Dirty little mind, dirty little makeup, dirty little looks, dirty little lies. And you are such a dirty little girl. Yeah, you are such a dirty little girl.
Woo!
Little sound.
That's hot.
Oh, thank you.
Great job. Now, when you just wrote that today?
No, this is that's an oldie.
Mine.
That's an oldie but a goodie. I
Okay.
worked on it for you today.
Oh.
I was trying to figure out what I could play, you know.
We need some props to your manager. Who's your manager?
Our manager is Rose.
Rose.
yeah.
So props to Rose.
Props to Rose. hmm
She's wonderful.
She does a great job. She keeps everything organized, and she keeps my head on straight, so I know where I am day to day. Because, as you can tell, I have no idea where I am day to day. You know.
Well, you're busy. You're busy.
Busy,
You're out
you know,
there
and
performing all the time.
The beauty of it is it allows us as a band to be artists and to do what we do great. You know, there was a time when I was trying to handle the business, and I hated every second of it. It sucked so bad, you know. Not
It's
that
a lot. It's
the
a lot
business.
to schedule.
The business is very important. It's vital to what we do. You know, this is how we make our living. You know. And I think that's another thing that perplexes people, that, you know, thankfully, and, you know, we've been able to make a living and sustaining ourselves as musicians. But it's people like her, it's people like Dave, you know, a lot of people that really help us, you know, facilitate that, you know. Mr. Ed Shin comes out all the time and takes pictures and makes us look much better than we really are.
He's the man on the street here for Village Connection Radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's great. He's a good guy, good friend, and very talented. But you know, and what you do, I mean, you know, these things are so vital to, you know, for the whole thing to work. We need this, you know.
This show means so much to me, because I'm just so blessed meeting so many different people, you know, such as yourself. I mean, we met before, but
Yeah.
you know, just getting you out there, getting the audience just to get to know you and to hear your music, and even if just one person that's new and says, hey, you know,
Absolutely.
I really like what he's about.
Right.
I love his music.
Right.
Your original to your covers, and
Yeah.
I want to go check him out
Right.
and want to go support live music.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
just means everything to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it just being like a promoter on
Yeah.
the radio for you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, for
yeah.
you.
No, it's great.
You know, and I love music.
Yeah, and you know, and you're right. I mean, it's for us. You know, we don't get this opportunity a lot to really, you know, express the hows and the whys of, you know, how we got here, why we do what we do. So it's really, really nice and generous of you to do that, and Lenny and Ed.
And of
thank
course,
you guys.
I love going to the venues as well.
Yeah, no, that's
Shaking
part
my
of it.
bootay and going out with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's always fun. But you know what? I just would like for you, because it's an
It's
hour.
time.
I can't believe
I know,
it.
it flies.
But I just want three things.
Okay.
One, just to recap
Okay.
your website,
Yeah.
and then if we can just go through a couple of places that you're going to be performing.
Okay, Dave, do you have any of that?
Well, I know this Saturday you're going to be playing for Pause.
Dave, sit with us.
For
Come here,
Pause,
join us a
for
second.
Red, what is it, Red River?
Red Creek.
Red Creek?
Red Creek.
Red Creek Park.
Okay.
When are they playing? I don't know if we have a gig together, but yeah, we'd love to play with Panic. We love those guys.
Yes, Panic. Shout out to Panic, another great band here on Long
Oh,
Island.
we love Melissa.
Yes,
She's
Melissa
great.
Latardo.
Oh, she's
wonderful
awesome.
singer. Yes.
Yeah, we got. Oh, yeah, we do have a lot of Smiths
Next
Point.
Friday, you're at Oakland's.
Next Friday we're at Oakland,
May
Ah,
26th.
Oakland.
which is one of our kind of homes for the summer, along with Mashut Beach Hut. And
What date is that?
jump
Dave, you want to
jump in, Dave. Sit,
You can
sit
sit
next
in
to
the
us. Come
middle.
on.
We have Dave
Squeeze in.
Lotito jumping in. This is
my-
Dave.
my-
He's
what-
I'm
one
the-
for the road.
I'm the
It's
New
his
Life
business.
Crisis guy tonight.
Yeah, he's
I'm the fifth band.
He's one of our partners in crime, and he keeps the wheels on the bus moving round and round.
You know, we can find a way.
We can find one.
So
It's Saturday the 27th. So next Friday you're at Oakland's. Next Saturday you're at Mashut Beach Hut. Following Friday, June 2nd, you're at Butterfield's in Hop Hog. Love that place.
oh, Butterfield is great.
That's
Yeah,
Big
nice
shout
and
out to
close.
Renee. Love that
yeah,
girl.
Yes.
and that's close to here too.
Yeah.
Right in the Village
Well-
Connection Radio Home, right here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're in Huntington, but yeah, Hop Hog is not
Right, a hop,
far
skip, and a
away.
jump.
Yeah, Butterfields.
Pretty much.
Okay, and then your website again?
newlifecrisis.com, but you can also friend us on New Life Crisis Facebook page, and we're on Twitter.
Which I'm relentlessly posting on.
And now, how long have you known Dave?
Yeah, about 6-7 years now.
Yeah, and I got called in to do a sub gig from my friend Joe Cumia.
Yeah.
That's how
Joe,
this
I was just
happened.
speaking to
Yeah.
Joe
Oh, were you
today,
really?
yeah.
So Joe was like, I got a gig, I can't make it tonight. You got to call this guy Dave. So I called Dave. Now I'm filling in, you know. Dave's like, do you have any tapes of you playing? You got a website? I'm like, dude, I'm filling in. I was so unprepared because it was like the gig's in an hour. What do you want? So,
Yeah.
But I respected him because I learned about Dave. He's a stickler for like, you know, the quality. He wanted good people in there, and I go, you know, Brian Gabriel knows me. He goes, all right, me and Brian go way back. You know, I'm like, well, he should give me a good word, you know, and he wanted to hear none of it. But then we played that night. We became, you know, instant friends.
Yeah, we instantly clicked.
You know.
because as soon as we started doing scenes from Italian restaurant.
Right.
I was running the bar at Blackwell's. It's a great rock golf course. We used to do live music on Friday and Saturday nights. And Joe couldn't
Yeah.
make it last minute. He says, "You call my buddy Paul if you want." I'm like, "Paul who?"
Yeah.
You know, and he told me, like, after that we became, you know, really good friends. He said, "I never worked so hard for a fill-in gig to get
Right.
a gig in my
Yeah.
life."
I was like, thanks, you know.
I'm like, well, you know, falls on me, and I got to make sure that you're going to be the right fit,
But-
and he was more than the right fit.
Yeah.
I say that, you know, Paul, we were actually talking about this on the ride in. Yes, we took the party bus.
Yes, I
Um,
saw the party bus.
I said, when I think of Paul, when I watch him perform, there's so much energy in what he's doing. I remember Ray Manzarek from The Doors, the keyboard player from The Doors, talking about Jim Morrison, the lead singer, for those of you younger people who don't know who The Doors are. And Ray Manzarek said it like this. He said, Jim wasn't just a showman, he was a shaman. He was possessed. And that is why I call Paul a quintessential showman, because he's like having an out-of-body experience when he performs. He gets so
Yeah.
into it, and that makes all the difference between a person who sings as opposed to a singer. Big difference. It's just like, you know, my tenure of bartending. Anybody can make drinks. Not everybody's a bartender. Not everybody's a
Right.
drink artist. The same thing applies to music, and I'm an
Yeah.
avid supporter of live music. #, keep live music alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I wanted to also, because there's so many people, you know, and not to give everyone shout outs, but like Brian Connolly came over to my house and he helped me finish We Can Find a Way. So there's a great connection, you know. So the guys in Billboard, they're friends, you know. It's more than
Another
that.
great
Melissa's
band.
Another great
Live.
band,
Yeah, Melissa's been coming to see us live for years and was so great. I didn't even know she was in a band, and she finally came up to me. I like, you know, 'cause she just would be in the audience. Like, I didn't know she was there. And finally she introduced herself, and I said, well, come up and sing. She's like, no. And she was so nice. And we, you know, once we started, you know, connecting on the musical level, you know, a friendship was born. But, you know, these people are co-writers with me. There's a lot of talent out here. Like I said, Joe Cumia, him and I have worked together for years and years and years. These are really, really talented people on Long Island that there's a great community, great family. You know, we might be doing a cruise. I don't know if I can put it out there yet, but with that 70s band, Stephen Tarante and Billboard. So we got some great
I think
news.
Steve's on a cruise right now.
Yeah, he was. He
And
just
that's
got
a
back.
trifecta of great bands right
Yeah,
there.
but we have a lot of great news coming up in the very near future for New Life Crisis. That being a preview that only you guys are hearing right here, right now. And I don't know if I was allowed
I'll
to
be
say
behind the
that.
music.
Anything with Viva
Christina
Las
Spano.
Vegas?
We might be back in. Yeah, we had some really good meetings out in Las Vegas that could turn into some great inroads for New Life Crisis. and/or original music. So yeah, and
And you used to be out in Vegas, right? You did something?
Rose used to live out there. Her family's out there, but we go out there quite a bit, and there's just it's a great energy out there. It's Vegas is great,
Hot town.
yeah. So we might be out there more. We're looking to book a couple of festivals out there. So like I said, we had some great meetings out there that hopefully we can announce in the next few months and give everybody some really cool news.
So they're going to check you out,
Yeah,
right? New Life
yeah,
Crisis.
yeah.
And now you brought over Dave right here, not just because he's your friend, but because he has his business, One for the Road. So Dave, tell us a little bit about One for the Road, and so that people know, if they can, how they can find you, what your service is, and
Okay.
take it away.
My company is One for the Road Event Services. I am, I guess, a self-proclaimed pirate of the nightlife and professional tailgater. I'm the guy that sets you up at the Jimmy Buffett concert, Jones Beach, and out of the side of one of my buses after, with you on it. Yes, and you're working, and Ed Shin's working the Jimmy Buffett tailgate. I'm doing open seating for this one this year. So out of the side of my bus folds out a 24-foot long tiki bar with bar stools, cocktail tables, banquet tables, chairs. I bring full PA systems. I bring bands. I bring acoustic guys.
And I heard there's a little karaoke that
We do karaoke
might
on the
have
bus
to join
too.
you with some of my girlfriends, and
I would love that very much.
You
Matter of
can-
fact, Christina, you get the first ride on me.
Aw.
So you pick a Friday night, and it would be my honor.
Aw,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
letting me peek in on the show. So.
Yeah.
But aside from all of that stuff I do, I'm an avid supporter of live music, and I think the inherent problem we have right now with the millennial generation is they think live means Facebook Live, which is very cool, but there's something totally different when you're physically at a show
Yes.
and you can hear the singers blaring out the harmonies where it just encompasses your head and your auditory senses.
Mhm.
And when you feel that push of a kick drum hitting you in the chest to a rhythm
Yeah.
that creates this synergy, and you know that you cannot duplicate that digitally. You have to be.
You have to be
You
there
have to be out
live.
there.
Well, if you
So-
think about it, music and dance have been around longer than really anything else, right? Longer than religion, longer than, since mankind has been here, we've been beating on drums and singing and howling at the moon and doing that. So this is really just that extension of that. It's inherent in us to want to do that and want to partake in that.
And you're
Exactly.
missing 3 pieces of the puzzle of New Life Crisis here tonight.
I am.
So they have to go check you out live, so they can hear, the
The
fabulous,
full band.
Yeah, the full band. Yeah, the fabulous performance.
I'm gonna comment on when you post this live feed. I'm gonna comment with one of the videos from NLC at one of their shows, which is I think I'm gonna put the Mill Roadhouse one up, because when you guys did With or Without You into
Right,
Don't
right.
Stop Believing, with the energy we got from that whole
Right.
crowd, there was about
Right.
400 people jammed in
Well,
this.
that was my third thing.
Uh-huh.
Was, when we wrap up in a minute, is
Yeah.
if you can take us out with a song, high energy.
High energy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Streets.
Yeah, well, the problem is I don't play streets.
I'll play it for you.
Do I want to do that? When I'm walking, I stop the stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a cat, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, you know you're the one. Now we have to join in. Body, I stay in my sheet. I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on. Big hands, I know you're the one. Wow.
walking, I strung the stuff, and I was so strung out. I'm high as a cat, I just might stop to check you out. But near you, I sit my sheets, I don't need no one. My girlfriend, she's and she is strung quite over. When I'm walking, I strung my stuff, and I'm so strung out. As a cat, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, join in. Big hands, you know you're the one. Wow.
With Christina Spano. Yeah.
That was great. Awesome.
Keep live music
Love,
alive.
love tonight's show. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
my
being
pleasure.
here, Paul.
Thanks for having me.
Mahos
That was fun.
Of New Life Crisis. Make sure go check them out this weekend. Hit them up on their website and check out Dave Lotito.
Lotito.
Please
One
tell
for
us
the
your-
road event services.
Yeah.
And that's
And
your
if you're a band out there, I do VIP shuttle service for the bands, where I bring the bandmates, the equipment, and your special friends to your venues that may be a little bit too much for them to drive.
And a little karaoke.
A lot of karaoke and a lot of indiscretion. So. Thank you, Christina. It's a pleasure.
Thank you
Sorry.
guys.
I had to have a little bit of water. I didn't have any water the whole time. It was like
See, it's the awestruck value.
choked
You know,
up.
you're awestruck in front of
I
Paul.
am.
He actually gets me weak in the knees sometimes.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, see that? Okay, see you guys next Tuesday behind the music with Christina Spano on Village Connection Radio. Love you guys. Thanks so much for checking us out, and see you next week. God bless.